Raz, dwa, trzy. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 1. Hope you can hear me, please. Raz, dwa, trzy, raz, dwa, trzy. Testuję. Teraz jak testujemy, to się pojawia też w desktop audio, no nie? Ale mamy... Nie wiem, czy są głośniki jakkolwiek podłączone, żeby zobaczyć po naszej stronie.
Aha, bo to jest... Ale to jakbyśmy usłyszeli tutaj test, nie?
No... tak. A, jest cicho. Trzy, cztery. Test wszystkich kanałów. Trzy, dwa, jeden. Test bez testowania kanałów. Okay, so after a few tests, I'm pretty sure everything is working correctly right now. If you cannot hear me, please write again on the chat. But if you can hear me, oh, maybe that will be the better test. If you can hear me, write that on the chat. I will very much appreciate it. We can go back finally to the first round of our national Poland championship in Flesh and Blood. In round one, we have Maciej Janik versus Mateusz Sas, who is current national champion for Poland. We have match Icelander versus Icelander. As we can see on the live up, players are nearly at the end game because we have 5 live for Maciej and 7 for Mateusz. I saw the question on the chat. Okay, I see question. First question, if I can make it louder, sure I will little pump my mic, so it should be okay. Second question, I saw who is up, who is down on the stream. On the down mat is Maciej Janik, and on the up we have Mateusz Sas. Oh, okay, I see that everything is okay on the chat. I'm extremely happy. Once again, sorry for that technical difficulties. I was pretty sure everything is working alright. Both players have 2 frost hexes on the board. Probably will see end of it in the next 2 or 3 turns. Because I didn't look at the screen, I don't know whose turn it is, because in Icelander mirror it's extremely confusing when both players are casting spells left and right from arsenal on instant using Icelander ability. But right now we have Ice Vane, and I think that's the yellow one, so for 4 damage cast by Maciej. Now Mateusz need to decide how much he want to take it. And it was with the gloves, because I see the players are pointing on the gloves, so probably it is for 5 damage. Question if I can go even louder. Okay, my mic is on full right now. I can maybe move it more to my front of the face, but on stream on my Streamlabs I see everything is going nearly to the red zone, so sorry. That's the loudest I can do right now. Plus I cannot scream because players are right behind my back, and we have a very small thick wall behind me. So if I start screaming, they will hear it, and I'm pretty sure they don't wanna hear my voice, and they want to focus on the game. So we still have Ice Vein to resolve. We are around 40 minutes in the round, so probably have only 5 to 10 minutes more. Okay, you want me to go even louder? Okay, it's fine. Okay, I'm taking that it's fine. That's the comment about my voice, so not changing anything. Don't wanna screw it again. Okay, we see the 3 damage went past the Mateusz defenses. And probably Maciej wants to Maciej moved to Arsenal and draw to his full hand size. So now we finally are sure that it's Mateusz Rond. Okay, we see attack for 7 plus 1 HP because he's lower. So he want to move to, or is it wanting bull? Because no, it's not a bull, because if it would be bull, it will be going for 8. So I'm pretty sure it's Fiendl for 7 plus 1 HP. I'm not probably waiting for the 1 HP to resolve, because priority is in Maciej's hands right now. Okay, we see Polar Blast. Mateusz can decide to pay 1 to not give Maciej Dominate. Probably he will not do that, but more importantly, we have a Frostbite, plus Maciej will draw card from his deck because of effect of Polar Blast. And maybe now he will find some red spell to fire up his boots and finish the game before 1 HP from Fiendl resolve. Maciej is thinking about using his weapon, probably to check if Mateusz have reds or blue in his hands. Okay, we see the Blizzard pitched, so it's AB3, everything absorbed by that. And we are going back to the Fiendl attack. We see 5 defense. So Maciej is going to 2, and Mateusz finally added that 1 life and going to 5 again. Okay, 2 is extremely scary number, because Maciej is now only on AB2, so something like red Ice Vein is probably game over for him. Or maybe I'm missing something, but yeah, that will be probably game over if Mateusz have some red spells, or he will draw some red spells and fire up his boots. Okay, Mateusz is finishing his turn. Turn go to Maciej again. We'll see probably Arsenal pass. Oh, we saw that card, but I didn't catch a glimpse, to be honest. It was something blue. Blue cards are, of course, premium in Icelander, because she can play them on instant from Arsenal. Okay, and as I said, we see boots from Mateusz's side, and it will probably be over, because if boots are fired up, opponents are pretty confident in his winning. We have Ice Vein with the gloves, so +1. That beautiful glare, unfortunately, are covering the color of Ice Vein. We know the Ice Vein is fused, and player went GG. Mateusz is a winner right now. I will try to take him for the quick interview here. Yeah, but for now we are going. Be right back. Okay, and we are back with our stream. Let's go to my beautiful face. Right now we will probably see Bravo versus Lexi, but I'm not sure. The judges are just went for the players when they arrive. When they arrive, I will put everything on the board. So we will be back in about 1 minute with the players. So stay tuned. Or I can do it maybe right now also. We have round 2. Yeah, sorry for not being extremely professional. Right now, but it's my first time casting such a big event. Okay. I will check who will be here, who will be up and who will be down, and be back in a second. Okay, so we have both players ready. We have Bravo versus Lexi, as I said before. Adrian Słowiński on Bravo and Tomasz Żelazko on Lexi. I will change avatars. Not that one right now. Perfecto. Everything here is set and running. Cool. So Bravo versus Lexi, probably the fatigue matchup. Both players will be having a lot more than minimum 60 cards in their decks, probably. Big question is if Adrian will show his big hammer or small hammer plus shield. Shield will help with the on hits, trying to cover them. On hits like Blood Rod and Hit Seeker, and maybe even Bolt and Shot that are threatening the free reload. For Lexi will be specifically threatened for him. But Big Hammer will probably give him more fighting power, and maybe then that will show us that he's not on fatigue plan. And if Lexi will sideboard for fatigue plan, she will water down her deck and probably will be not so consistent. But we'll see. Both players are rolled already their dices and decided who will go first. Unfortunately, I didn't catch that. But we'll quickly see. would want to go second in this matchup. But okay, so on Lexi side, we don't see the trench, but we see the standard loadout. So Snapdragons, New Horizon, and Tunic. So our Lexi player is not afraid of the new card, a Warmonger that is disabling the non-attack action or attack action, depends if he chooses war or peace. We see Adrian going first with the Bravo dominate effect, and also the new card Starstruck with the crash effect that will not allow Tomasz to play any of his cards, to be honest, because max block that he can give is like 4 probably, because 3 from the arrow, and maybe he will give the arms, but that will still not be enough to allow him to have normal turn when it go past this. Not many decisions that to be made. Okay, we have headshot for block, so 7 damage in turn 0. That's phenomenal start for the Bravo player. Okay, he put the Bravo on his shield. Probably a mistake made because the seismic is not on the field. Okay, we see Lexi player opt to not put any card in arsenal on the opponent turn, and now we see the arsenal plus face up card. Unfortunately, I don't see what that arrow is, but that doesn't matter right now. Okay, so we are going back to the classic plan. Hammer to the head. 4-4. Bravo will probably will go hammer, arsenal, pass. With 2 floating, normally that means the pummel is in hand, or it's threatening the pummel, but we're attacking only with the hammer, not with the attack action. So that pummel will only mean 4 more damage. But if Lexi will take that and pummel will strike, then that is 8 damage in total, so moving the opponent to 25. But not, we see the syringe shot being used as a defense option, Sigil from a hand, so Adrian went 3 up to 43, arsenal pass, so classic Bravo action. Okay, we see Lexi flipped Icequake red, so we have Frostbite on the stack, probably resolved because Bravo don't have many instances beside the Sigil that was used the previous turn, so that Frostbite probably will stay with us. Icequake, interesting option in the Lexi, because can be used defensively or offensively here. We see arrow shot, it looks like sleeping dart, probably. I will try to fix that glare issue after this round. Okay, we see red pitched, so that's for sure arrow for 5 without go again right now, and it hits. Yeah, it was a sleeping dart, so Bravo will not be able to use dominate this turn, but only for 1 turn. Okay, seismic broke, so first Guardian card will be will cost 1 less, So in sense it will negate the frostbite effect that is causing to pay one more, but only for the guardian cards. Adrian opt to take whole damage to the face, not to do any defense, breaking the frostbite by using his armor to create next seismic for the next turn, and we see crippling, but without dominate. So 11 damage, crush effect, discard 2 random cards. We have only one floating, so we are not threatening the panel. So roll 11 damage. If opponent will take it, he will be left with only 2 cards in left. We see that Icequake in Arsenal. So okay, but he's giving his full hand and took only 2 damage, but his turn will be non-existing probably. Maybe we'll use Icequake plus arrow from Arsenal, but that max he can do. Okay, we see the next sleeping dart. So same story like before. Adrian now need to look at his hand and decide if he want to dominate or not, and if he don't want to dominate, maybe will he use his whole hand, or maybe he can just give some cards to defense and keep the life total gap that is currently occurring between players. He took the shield to the hand, so probably using that, and 5 defense, covering up whole arrow. Non damage happened now, and Bravo have 4 hands and using dominate. Okay, classic guardian card, crippling crush for 9. If it will do the crush effect, so if the 4 damage will be down, there will be no go again for Lexi player. And I'm pretty sure that occur because it's hard to cover that dominate attack. Endless arrow. So 4 without go again because of the crash effect. If the arrow hits, it will go back to the hands of Lexi player, and because of that he will be able to again put it into arsenal for the next rounds. Move to the defense reaction phase, cover it up, so endless arrow go to the graveyard. I'm pretty sure it's 8 draw damage on crush effect, no drawing a new card, so disabling 3 of a kind, if I'm correctly. Now when I'm looking at the again a full hand, so I'm pretty sure the Bravo is doing his game plan, taking 3 cards every turn from Alexi player, going for that fatigue plan, plus threatening a lot of DPS, a lot of damage every turn. I think we can thank that turn 0 Starstruck for that, because I'm pretty sure Lexi was kinda happy for winning the dice roll and deciding that Bravo will go first. Probably Lexi thought that she will have the tempo for the whole game, but at Starstruck turn 0 turned everything around. Pulled and shot for probably 4, because that was the card from the arsenal, so Sink below is covering everything up, no damage done for Bravo. I'm gonna have Bravo turn. That card in the arsenal, I think it's there from turn 1, so it really can be the pummel. So right now we are waiting for classic Command and Conquer plus pummel play. Okay, and here is Command and Conquer. If it will hit, the arsenal of Lexi will go to the graveyard. Covering 6 and okay, no pummel. No pummel, but still 2 cards take out from Lexi player, and arsenal was still not used. Okay, finally we see the spike turn on from Lexi player. He took the resource from his tunic to play 3 of a kind from his hand. Because of that, he was able to draw 3 cards, but now he can only play from arsenal. So it's not a big drawback for Lexi, because usually she wants to play for her arsenal. Pitching a yellow codex, so 2 resources. We see Ice Quake, so +3, and I'm pretty sure that is Bolt and Shot. So going for 7, go again, threatening that reload on hit, plus of course frostbites from Ice Quake. Now we know what was the secret card in Bravo Arsenal. That was the defense reaction that is covering, if I'm not mistaken, 7 damage. So exactly what that Bolt and Shot is threatening. Lexi load up her arsenal, and we see Fatigue Shot. It's hard to tell which mode was chosen, but probably just +1. Adrian cover it up with his 2 cards, still have 1 card in hand, probably arsenal, and pass. Lexi tried her spike turn, but as you can see, 0 damage was done to the Bravo player. So it was all for nothing. One thing that she won is tempo in this fight, because Adrian was forced to use his whole hand, only put that arsenal. So now again it's Lexi who's asking the question, will you take that arrow or not? And what we are doing, it's not Adrian that's trying something, but it's Lexi. And we see trying to do some setups, so again only 1 arrow to take some cards from Bravo, putting 2 arsenals and waiting for the next turn to do maybe 4 or 5 arrow turns, depends what cards will give. Adrian just plays +3 on his HP, so going to 41, nearly double what Tomasz have right now. I'm sure he's happy with the situation, how it looks. Okay, we see Falcon Wing from the arsenal, so roll 3 damage, go again, without using any cards from hand or any resources spent, just raw damage. But yeah, Adrian is happy to take that. There is no on hits, he don't need to worry about it. He worked for that life difference, so now he can spend some HP as resources and strike back. Okay, Lexi players thinking how to maybe. Okay, we are past the damage step, so there will be no rain razors on that Falcon Wing. What he can want to see right now, because Lexi, if he see that the opponent is trying to fatigue her, need to do some crazy turns, like for 40, nearly 40 damage per turn. Of course, half of it will be blocked by a Guardian player, but hopefully second half will connect. And that's the only way that Lexi can win that long and fatigue matchup for her. I'm thinking about how many cards he can spend for the defense, or maybe is it possible to take it everything? We see that Seismic, that is safe for the next turn, so maybe some big attack with the Dominate and Pummel will close him to the victory. Okay, we see Command and Conquer and Starstruck used as defense option. So 6 blocks that will cover the arrow plus Unity effect on Starstruck if it's used for defense with other card and the Seismic is created. Okay, the last arrow in this turn is Frostlock. Usually it's the first arrow that is fired up. So strange sequence, maybe because the arsenal was full. And Hamstring shot, okay, so that Frostlock was with Go again, that's why it went for free. Hamstring, if it will connect, the next attack action cost 1 more. We see Adrian don't want it. He worked hard for that 2 Seismics and probably want to use them, and he's short on resources. So yes, again, Crippling Crush for 9. If the crash effect, so if 4 or more damage will be done, then there is no go against for Lexi player, so only one action can be used, and that one action will be probably just 1 arrow. 1 arrow for 6 damage is not what Lexi player want to do right now, not when her life total is so low. Okay. We see 3 damage leaked, so go against are on the menu, but only 1 card put to the arsenal and pass. So as I said before, Lexi is setting her turns, putting 2 free cards to defense, then putting 1 to the arsenal, making her arsenal full, and then doing big turns with 4 or 5 arrows. Of course, if the Rain Raider would be used, then that turn for Lexi would be perfect. Okay, going back to the action, Adrian used Bravo, so Dominate, only 1 card from hand can be used for defense, and big attack for 8. If the crash effect will apply, then no buffing from the Lexi. So if she was setting that big turn with the Rain Razors, then it's no good. The Rain Razors of course can be played, but will buff the arrows for 0. So in most situation that will be only damage. But if Lexi planned that Rain Razors turns, oh, and we can see the Rain Razors in the arsenal, so that was in fact the plan for the Lexi. So a great turn from Bravo side. So we see the lonely infecting shot. If I'm correctly, it's the red one. So lonely 5 damage plus 2 if Adrian will not pay for the blood rot tax. So in total 7 damage. He will went to 28 if he take everything, but no, he opted to blocked. Still should have 1 card in hand and 1 in arsenal. So at minimum I think at minimum we'll see sigil. I'm pretty sure that was the 3rd one, so no more sigils from Adrian's side. He went 9 life in this game up already. Okay, and that's that big turn, 3 of a kind, so 3 new cards, Rain Razors from the arsenal, so plus 2 every card, 1 card in arsenal already, So we'll see 3 to maybe 4 card turns with Lexi with the Rain Razors. And we see the Codex in the arsenal. So he will use 2 arrows from hand and then take the best one from the graveyard and take that sweet Ponder token. So he will have the arsenal for the next turn also. That's the turn that Adrian will probably go full defense, trying to save as many life points as possible to keep that life difference high and go with the hammer and dominates in the later turns. Because if he decides to take everything, he will probably... The turn Bravo is taking whole damage to the face is that he taking it only when he know that the next turn is the end of the game. He know he will dominate and do some big stupid 11 plus pummel attack. Okay, so waiting for that Falcon Wing to resolve. He's going 5, go again, 3 from the base and 2 from Rain Razor. Oh, and of course +1 from the ball, so that was 6. Again, see the fatigue shot. If it connects the first attack from Adrian will be half in damage. So very good sideboard option for Guardians. Okay, we saw the try of using the new quiver, or maybe not new because that's from Outsiders. We are in the Dusk Till Dawn right now. But quiver from Lexi side, but Rain Razors, if I'm not mistaken, was on the top, so it was missed. So Codex, we are doing Codex from the arsenal and going one more for Bloodrot card, but fully covered from Adrian, and he managed to save his arsenal and didn't get a single Bloodrot token. That Friday token is doing nothing because it's doing -1 on weapon and arsenal attacks, but he'll probably just opt to not do anything. Yeah, and this is what is happening. Bravo passed, happy with the card in his arsenal, looking at his new hand. He know that the Rain Razor is in the arsenal because we saw the quiver. Okay, we're going for the quiver again. And Blue Bolt and Shot. Blue Bolt and Shot is not scary, it's just 2 without go again right now. But we see that Rain Razors in the arsenal. So that will be 4 go again with the reload on hit. Some defense reaction from the Bravo side will be ideal to cover that, because one thing below should be enough for this card. Adrian decided to look at the grave, maybe searching how many Bloodrots or Heat Seekers, etc. he's seeing. Okay, so we're going to reaction step, 4 damage. 4 damage for Adrian and that reload on stack. We'll see if Tomasz is deciding to reload anything for his arsenal or not. That was the first card in his hand, so maybe he'll opt to not to do it. But if he have something like the next 3 of a kind in his hand, that can be brutal, because he didn't use any bow actions right now. He can load some arrow to his arsenal, fire up 3 of a kind from the hand, and now we have classic 5 arrows turn from Alexi. But no, we are going pitching blue searing, so 2 resource floating, 1 resource floating, because we fired, of course, that affecting shot. That is, I'm pretty sure that was the blue one. So going for 5 damage Bloodrot on hit, so virtual 7 damage is presented for the Bravo player, and if he decided to take that, then that life total is coming dangerously close to each other. This is not what Bravo want to do in this situation, but he's opt to save his hand. Okay, next Bloodrot incoming in the form infecting arrow. And that's again, I'm pretty sure, just the blue one. So if it was with the +1 option, then it is 6 damage plus a blood rot on hit. Okay, we seen Adrian's thinking about using his feet armor plus his hand. Okay, we see the pummel and Starstruck, I'm pretty sure, or not, because if that would be Starstruck, then the token would be made. So again, Adrian, okay, he left one card in his hand, blue, so going with the hammer plan, 4 damage, 12, so we are going near the range when Bravo can just dominate plus pummel, but he need to find the correct cards. We see that Arsenal is stuck there for few turns right now, so maybe that's one of the puzzle pieces that he will need to close up this game. Okay, we are back on Lexi turn. We see bow and ball and shot, probably with just +1, so it's 4 go again, and we see armor to deny the value. Armor plus stomp authority, if I'm not mistaken. And again, Lexi opted to just fill up her arsenal and be ready to do some big spiky turn. Bravo doing seismic token, command and conquer. So treating that precious arsenal from Lexi that she worked so hard to create. And of course, classic Bravo play, command conquer plus pummel, destroying 2 cards in arsenal and discarding 1 card from hand. So right now Lexi used 2 cards to defense, 1 discard, so she is left with just 1 card, and she just lost 4 life points. So big turn for Bravo player. Okay, we saw just Arsenal pass, Lexi trying to rebuild her Arsenal presence. Adrian's checking the graveyard of his opponent, calculating what arrows are left. Maybe he's trying to remember if he saw some red arrows or bolt and shot plus rain razors pitched or not. Trying to figure out what future holds for him. Okay, he gave his opponent graveyard bark. Probably have the plan in his head already and will try to execute it. Okay, we going for the Bravo. Are we going for the win? We're probably going for the win. Bravo with the buckle down. If I'm correct, if it hits, it gave -1 on the equipment, or is destroying the equipment with the -1. One of it, not sure, but in this situation, it is just 7 dominate with just 1 card in hand, so no pummel. And we see the gloves. We saw the arrow on the top, so 1 damage to Adrian. Yeah, but his opponent is only on 5 alive. He has his precious arsenal, and if I would like to bet on something, I will bet on that Adrian will finish that game in the next round. Okay, we see the bow and hit seeker, probably with go again, so 5 go again. If it hits in the end of turn, 1 card from top of his library will go to his arsenal, so preparing him for the next turn. But if Adrian, as I said, if Adrian have the correct cards in his hands, then it will be game over. But we see the fate foreseen, so covering whole arrow and checking his top of library to deciding if staying on the top or going to the bottom. Again, Bravo turn, 8 dominate. On if crash effect hits, he'll not be able to draw, so if he again want that sweet oh no, it's not that not drawing, it's not buffing the power, so if he wants that sweet Rain Razor turn or like buffing his arrow using his bow, he will not be able to. And he have only 5 life, so he need the defense reaction or he need to use his armor to defend himself. Probably will not use New Horizon, because when New Horizon drop, then Arsenal going to the graveyard, but card plus tunic is 4, so he will be on the one life, yeah, and that's what Lexi player is up to do. For defense, staying on 1 HP, crash effect in play, so no buffing his attack this turn. Okay, we see Death Touch. Not all Lexi players decided to do it. To play this card, probably just Codex, Target, and Pauper for the Illusionist, Prism, and Dromai matchups. Now depends what Adrian draw, if he will be able to dominate once more. Okay, he decided to take everything, so probably will be closing this game, trying to close this game next turn. We see the boots fire up, so that's Death Touch with Go again. We will see something more. I see the yellow card in the arsenal of Tomasz, of the Lexi player. And that is in fact the Codex going again for the Death Touch. So as I told before, that's the Codex target, and going for the 6 again with probably next Bloodrot token. So from that one card it's 12, 16 damage, yeah, but Arden went to 15, still huge difference in the life totals. And Adrian opt to keep his whole hand. His attack from the arsenal have -1, but I think he's not worrying about it. We say Dominate, Crippling Crush, 410. Our players are giving hands. Yeah, and Adrian Słowinski on Bravo won the round 2. I will try to have him for the interview, so see you soon. And before I go for the Adrian, I will try to prepare our cam. Okay, I think it's cool, yeah. So going back for Adrian. Okay, so we are back, changing to our... Oh, not here. Here. Welcome, Adrian.
Hi.
Congratulations for your win.
Yeah, thank
2-0, right?
Sorry?
You are 2-1.
Yeah,
2-0.
2-0. Yeah, I am 2-0. Well, the matchup was quite stumpy from my perspective.
Yeah,
I got pretty lucky.
Yeah, that's turn 0 when you
Yeah.
start struck and disable opponent for any action in his turn.
Yeah, Starstruck turn 0 is, well, pretty decent. Well, actually, I think it's the best against Lexi on 2-0 because she don't have to do anything in the next turn. But I am having a pretty defensive build, so the Starstruck was pretty lucky, but the following turns was still not something as good as this one because there was just hammer and some life gain.
Yes.
But I was trying to.
Yeah, we see you went 9 up from 3 sigils, right?
It was free.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you cast 3 sigils, so 9 up,
Yeah.
and that was able for you to keep that life total gap huge for the whole game.
Also, as mentioned, because I attacked with Tomek, what was wrong in this game, and he said that he didn't draw a lot of blues, so his first turns was like mostly red, so he didn't have some follow-ups.
I thought he's pitching the reds for his second cycle.
Yeah, I was thinking the same, that maybe this is his way to play it, but there was a lot of turns that he just do single attack, and I got full the tempo. So eventually I thought that, and looking that he's playing Tunica, right? So he didn't play for fatigue. He just wanted to set up some bigger turns later on. So yeah, so I needed to push some gas and deal some damage. Well, it went pretty lucky. Command with Pamel also was
classic
devastating.
Bravo play.
Yeah.
He took his 2 hands for block plus 1 from Pamel, so his turn was over in that moment.
Yeah.
But we saw the tunic in the Lexi from the Lexi Pirate. Are you playing the Warmongers or not? Or you don't want to say right now?
I don't want to say right now, but I think that he just tried to play maybe against Warmonger, because Warmonger requires Lexi to play trench, right?
Yeah, not optimal.
Not optimal alliance, but maybe he's thinking that I'm not playing this, so he brought Tunic, or maybe he just wanted to be quicker because there were also Snapdragons, so maybe his list is more aggressive. Like we saw, this 2 Death Touch at the end was also a lot.
Yeah, but the second one was from the codexes.
Yes,
so that
yes. But turn was pretty big.
Yeah,
with
but your life total was such huge.
Yeah,
I saw. Okay, you taking everything. You're pretty confident that
I was
you will
having
close the game.
26 leads in life.
And went to 15, something like that, after this turn, and you just dominated to close up the game.
Yeah.
Were you happy when you saw the Lexi opponent, or you were?
Well, the first match was also against Lexi.
Okay.
We went to fatigue. I think that I would win this one because I was also having life advantage. But opponent decided that I would win, so he gave up.
Okay.
So yeah. And well, this is second Lexi, so.
So you're Lexi killer right now, yes?
Hard to say, but yeah, it seems like I killed 2, but I would prefer to meet other heroes right now.
Okay, so what's your favorite matchup? What do you want to see? Who you want to kill in the round 3?
What's my favorite? Maybe some Vincent. Give me some Vincent.
Okay, so keeping fingers
Or
crossed.
maybe
for the
also
Vincent.
Fai is also. Well, but the Kodachi build is kind of rough.
Yeah,
also,
you can go very wide with the Kodachi and...
Yeah, he can do some nice stuff that will require a lot of blocking from my perspective, and I will be still leaking damage. So it may go either way, but playing against Fai was fine for me. I was also playing Fai some time ago, so I know the deck pretty good. Yeah, just don't give me Keno, and I will be happy.
Okay, so keeping fingers for the Vincent and not Keno.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you for the interview.
Thank you.
Okay, hello everybody again. I have special guest right now because the round is still in
Hello.
go. We have our beautiful judge here, Łukasz, with me.
Beautiful shot, yeah.
And we'll talk about Flesh and Blood, we'll talk about judging, and we'll do FAB-1, Pig-1. I think we'll start with that to warm up ourselves.
Okay, yeah, so currently we are around 2. Our lectures were a bit longer as we expected. That's why we are waiting for one match to be finished. So I am a bit of interrupter here.
Okay, we have some judge calls and big that. Why one round is going longer?
From the perspective of the judge calls, the round was okay, but the deck checks took
Okay.
too long. However, at that round, maybe we had some 2 calls about funny things. First was the missing the trigger from the Burdemol. It's like they are the one control the Burdemol, they pass the turn, opponent just took the put the tuning counter, and the question was if the Burdemol will be put to the graveyard or will still have the possibility to reverse the actions and go with the additional counter from the Burdemol. Yeah, the call is yes, we can do that. There was no such, I would say, post actions later on the turn of the opponent, so there is no problem to have it reverse back and just once again to recall the Burdemol trigger.
Okay, so we have wording for something like that?
No,
Okay, so
because
just
it's not a May, it's just a trigger, so
Okay.
you cannot like forget that.
Okay, so we're reversing it and going
Yeah.
without any
Yeah, and the
penalty.
second was with the playing with the Lexi against I think the Bravo, and yeah, with the Bravo we had situation like she attacked for the for 3 or the 5, I don't know, and was the block for with the Tira Sander with the Stonewall Confidence on the board, so it means it will also block for 5. Opponent asked for the if this is enough damage, so they are blocking 5, pass on the reactions, and then Rain Razors. And the question is if he can it or he cannot make it.
Okay.
What's your call?
I'm just a poor caster here, but my call will be he cannot because they both passed
Exactly. Yeah, they both
priority.
passed the reaction steps, so they cannot. But the opponent was a bit confused regarding the question. So where are my reaction steps? He thought that first of all saw the defense steps. There are defense reactions, and then he can respond with the attack reactions. But it's not like that. We have attack reactions, defense reactions, and if there's pass priority both of them, they will just go further to damage.
So it's strange because maybe it's not the basic knowledge, but you would assume.
Yeah, but
people-
I think the problem was with that he wanted to play something, and he just thought maybe he will make additional defense reaction to cover the
Okay.
block for more. It's like
So
little
he
bit-
wanted to 5-head the situation and he 5-head
exactly.
himself.
yeah.
Okay, so going back to the Pig one, we have. I will show the cards and then put them on the
So we
board.
have illuminate, red,
Illuminate, no, it's yellow.
yeah, okay, brandish, yellow.
Blinding being red. So I will put the light cards next to each other. What the fuck? Memorial Ground, yellow.
Stubbies.
Stubbies, best 5 card ever. Prismatic Shield.
Ooh,
Oh, Soul Shield. So that Buster is paying for himself. Foil Mino. Herald blue. Arcanic Crackle red. Take Flight blue. Bonnie blue. Second Herald red, that's the rebirth one. Reef blind blue. And last card is Bolt yellow, and we have Bubble as our token. But we are
so
not
this is the
talking-
first pick.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the first pick.
Okay, what's your tactic? Because some people like to force the heroes, some want to stay as open as possible for the first few picks. What you usually doing?
Most likely I am the Bolton enjoyer, so I will go straight forward to Soul Shield, or to have to open also the Prism. So we have the pick for to cover. We have those 2, I would say, distinguished champions we can play. However, if I were to be open still on the generics or on the other options, I would go with the Brandish. It's also good.
The yellow brandish.
Yeah,
What?
the yellow Brandish, I would say. It gives go again. And weapon attack, so you have all of the, so you have the bolting to play, you have the, for example, chain maybe to attack, I don't know, but maybe Minois would be also good if you would like to stay with the blue.
Yeah, but the question is, will you see the belittle too?
It's still a blue. I would say
Yeah,
still a
but
blue.
blue blocking too.
Yeah. But I am not so good draft person, so I would just go straight for that Bolton case. It's my I would say.
Yeah, but seeing the Majestic in the pick one is, I don't know if it's trap or something, but yeah, if you're seeing the Majestic, it's usually the good card because it's Majestic.
Yeah.
So it's, even if you not go to the light hero, then you're taking the soul shield from the pool
From the
and
others, exactly.
yeah, and you will not be
Yeah.
covered. But if we'll discard the Majestic, because for me it's not too
I
easy
would,
pick.
so if we will just discard the soul shield, I would go with the Herald of the Bird. I think it's too good to
Yeah.
omit it.
Yeah,
The
like-
pack is like we have.
It's very good prism pack or light pack.
Yeah, I would say light pack again. We have
Yeah.
Illuminate, we have Herald of Rages, we have the Rebirth, we have
Even prismatic shield
Yeah.
is very good for prism because you take creating the spectral shields, defending them, and then attacking for go again. So yeah, we need to be prism player. Like
Or the Bolton. Big Bolton all the time.
Bolton is hard hero for me to draft. You need, if you see V for Vanguard, of course, you can force
Yeah.
that Bolton. But if people not blocking, then what you doing? Just free damage every turn without the blocks of.
Most likely. Or you are playing the generics ones, Illuminate, go again,
Yeah, you
putting
can-
in the soul, and then later on just feed up those soul and attack with their actions.
Yeah.
But I think that's the pack. Most likely is like the priest pack.
Yeah.
Generics are awful. For the Levia or the chain, there is nothing.
Come on. Arcane Crackle is the chain enable. Like, if you have the rest of the deck that can benefit from the arcane damage, it's very good pick. But I would be afraid to choose the chain in pack 1, pick 1.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to pick Prism in the first card. Like,
He's a Prism player, I am the Bolton player, and everything is okay.
yeah, like Prism is OP in this
Yeah.
in this set, and I'm afraid we'll see like 5 Prism in pots. Yeah, but we'll see. Okay. I'm agree with Soul Shield and Red Herald always good.
So do I.
Good. And blue is also great because you need to pitch for the weapon. Yellow unless you have Luminaries. But yeah, okay. Thank you
Okay,
for the
thank you.
interview.
And we are seeing later on.
Yeah. And we are back. Hello again. We are starting the round 3. We have our lovely players on the main stage right now. As you can see, we have Uzuri versus Icelander. I will set the names correctly. On the top we have Łukasz Zięba on Icelander. If someone is disappointed that I took people with the 1-1 results, it's because that's the only one Uzuri on our Nationals Championship, and I wanted to see some Uzuri action today. And there is small, but there is a chance that she will drop before day 2. So we have Łukasz on Icelander. Let me change the avatar. And here's our elemental wizard. And we have Uzuri on the left side. And that's the Grzegorz. Grzegorz. That name I forgot. Need to check. Marcisz. Grzegorz Marcisz. Nie słowiński for. Marcisz. I'm pretty sure it's set up correctly. And we can start. So Uzuri, usually just going for the fatigue plan or big aggro plan if she's on the red line, but versus red line versus Icelander will be brutal because she will not have the resources to pay for the arcane damage. So I'm hoping that's the fatigue Uzuri with a lot of contracts, etc. Our players are shuffling their decks. I'm not sure if they already decided who will go first and who will go second. Okay, Uzuri presented her deck for the cut, and Icelander player decided to shuffle it a little more of his deck to just be sure to spread it correctly. I think the favorite right now here is Icelander, as I said, because she's definitely well suited for the defense, and Uzuri will need to do a lot of tricks to catch Icelander off guard, and she will need some blues to conquer that ugly frostbites. Okay, we see the equipment from our players. I think kinda classic equipment on Icelander's side. So her class Coron, that's for 3 resources. Opponent need to discard a card or pay a 1. So basically stripping 1 card for a 1 card. A tunic, iron rods, and the mage boots. Uzuri. Okay, Uzuri was selected to start, and we see that's the contract Uzuri probably, because we see the mask, and that is buffing the banishing effect. So if you banish something, you will banish 1 card more from the top. Probably correct setup from Uzuri. So only one weapon, and in the second hand we have Lantern that is acting as arcane barrier here to defend, trying to attack, and we see a Fiendel. So Icelander player I think should go up 1 HP. I probably forgot to put that on the app right now. Probably they will fix it later. So Icelander turn, we can expect some attack and arsenal, but now we see the arcane, and I think that's the red one. We see the heart, and we see the ice bolts, and in the right side we see chill, I think, and or ice vein. Okay, opponent discarded a hand, Hurl. Hurl, that's very good finisher in the deck, because when opponent is on 1 HP you can just throw your dagger off and close that game up. 36 is correct. Only blocked 5, okay, so yeah, okay. I see my mistake. It's great to have audience that's keeping up with the game better than me. So 36 is in fact a correct value of life. And we see 37, so probably a heart was pitched, yeah. And we see E-Strike with, I assume, buff power. So for 7. And we see only one card block, so Ice Vein block 4 damage went in. 33, so good start for Uzuri, to be honest. She's chipping the HP of his opponent, who plays Carver Scar in his turn, so 4 go again because he's lower in HP. So trying to get that tempo back. So probably we will see Scar, maybe the Coron plus the Arsenal, because one damage went. Okay, one damage went through, and now we see the Wounding Bull for 8. So that's the big strength of Bull Underlist, that you have split damage, you have Arcane, and that extremely big attacks for 7, for 8, without any on hits. But with the big raw numbers, and you're never sure if you need to prepare for the arcane defense or big armor defense. Okay, we see the death touch in action, so 6 on hit. Uzuri will be able to choose what kind of token she will give the opponent. She will probably choose to take Inertia token that will disable the Arsenal from Icelander player. He will be forced to put that Arsenal on the bottom of his deck at the end of his turn. And without Arsenal, Islander is not able to do her tricks on instant speed on the opponent turn. Well, we see 2 lakes. Okay, so very good cards take out from the Łukasz deck. Maybe he's playing the Remembrance that will be able to put that card back into his deck, but right now we are not able to tell. Okay, we see the Fiendal for 7 plus 1 HP, so going to feed. So going 1 up. If this attack is fully taken, then we can say that Islander took her tempo, but now of course Grzegorz putting at least 1 card to defense. Okay, and we see Hero, so 3 go again, and he will be able to pay 1 to throw his dagger out, but we are not in the end game right now, so probably he will opt to not to do that, and will just do 3 go again, and maybe some finally stealth attack to switch using Usury ability to blow Islander up. Okay, we see player corrected their life totals, so it's 33 to 44 right now. We see cold snap from Islander, so we're going with frostbite. If Grzegorz had calculated his resources and he knew that he will use all of them, and that frostbite can be brutal, but before frostbite resolve, he took the counters from tonic to gain 1 resource, so in fact he will be able to negate that frostbite. Oh, but I think he's opting to use that resource to block some arcane damage, because Islander used her weapon to fire 3 arcane shots in Uzuri face. She decided probably to negate 1 of them. Okay, we see the lovely small dice put on the weapon to indicate the 3 damage. Okay, and Uzuri took everything. We have that 1 resource floating then still. We have frostbite resolve and cold snap resolve. Opponent Islander is drawing 1 card because of that, and Grzegorz had opportunity to pay 1 to not get ally or arsenal frost, but he don't have ally, he don't have arsenal, so it's basically just create frostbite and draw a card from Islander side. Still very good card, because that taxing on frostbites are brutal. Okay, we see. Oh, I forgot the name of the attack, but it's 4, and for every damage it's done, you banishing the card from the top of your library, and if you banish yellow, then you gating the silver. So 1 damage done, and we see the third lake from the top. So no more lakes in the Islander deck. That can be interesting. Lake is one of the most brutal card, taxing everything +1. Okay, we see yellow Ice Vein fused with the ice card, so 4 arcane damage. If even 1 went through, opponent will need to discard or pay 2. I'm pretty sure we see AB2 on Uzuri, so she will not be able to pay whole arcane, so opting probably to arcane. Okay, so he's took 2, so now he needs to discard or paid 2. Have only 1 resource, so that's usually the playing pattern is to pitch blue to arcane barrier 1, and with the 2 leftovers pay that. But he opts to discard, not to pay. That's strange, because he have that 1 floating. Maybe he was afraid of the weapon attack. He pitched the blue again and just going for 1 go again from his dagger, still keeping 1 card in hand. That probably will be just the arsenal. So trying to ping his opponent to keep that life total close to each other, to not let Islander to run away with this match. Okay, again Islander is going with the arcane damage plus frostbite. I think that frostbite is not important right now, but that arcane for sure is. Uzuri pitched her whole hand and tried to save her life as much as possible, but still get shot in the face with that arcane missiles. We have 25 to 29 in life totals. I believe it's Islander tour right now. I see Polar Blast in hand and E-Strike for 7. So once again she will be able to probably put that Polar Blast to the arsenal, draw an extra card in the opponent turn, put that extra card in, for example, her Waning Wound to do 3 arcane damage. That is a 1 damage guaranteed to pass because opponent have only arcane barrier 2. Okay. Uzuri started her turn with Leave No Witness. If it hits, it banish arsenal and top card of the library, so that is like small CNC, but you are able to play defense reaction. And yeah, it's only 4, not 6, but it's for 0. Opponent is deciding, depends what he put in his arsenal. Like, it's not the if it's Polar Blast, it's easy, just fire it up, free up your arsenal, so the banishing will not hurt you. Draw extra card and put it in the block. Okay, but he have Sink Below in hand, so deciding to cover the card that way, and thinking right now about sinking 1 card, so putting it at the bottom of his deck and drawing the new one, or thinking how to unlock his turn. I'm curious, what is the arsenal? Because if it's the Polar Blast, he need to fire up in the opponent turn to get the drawing effect. Okay, but he opted to not do that, so probably put some red attack there again. Okay, we see Ice Vein, blue one. Oh, thank you a lot, Łukasz, for putting that dice, because it's a lot easier to see everything that way. So we see blue Ice Vein fused. Once again, 1 damage will go for sure, unless of course Grzegorz have something like Oasis that will cover 4 damage of the card. But yeah, pitching blue and discarding, so probably 1 floating, or maybe that's yellow. But yeah, it's very strange that Grzegorz is opting for the discards, not playing. Okay, CNC pitched for Arcane. Okay, still damage is put on Uzuri face. Okay, resource from Tunic. How we will spend that resource? What are the attack for 1? We have few contracts that cost 1 and attack for 5. And this is probably what he's trying to do. Maybe have Command and Conquer in the arsenal and use the second card for pitch and play it. So I cannot think of any other plays that can be done right now. I'm pretty sure Islander player is happy how this match is folding before us. Have higher life than opponent. Okay, so in response for the Tunic counter, okay, I got info. I see on the chat that there is some issues with the mic. I tried to make it less sensitive, so please let me know if that fixed anything, and if it's still not good, then before drafts or during player drafting we'll have some break, and then I will try to fix it, because right now it will I'm not able to do anything more than I did right now. I hope the annoying noise was just overpitched from the sensitivity of the mic, and I hope now it will be better. So going back to the game, we see again there's like a F. Okay, as I said, I will try to fix that during the break. Nothing I can do right now. We have Wounding Blow for 7, we see Armor blocking for 1, black armor that can be paid with the silver when it's destroyed, but no contracts are done in this game for now, so probably it will be hard to buy back that armor. Plus 2 cards from hand, so yeah, that's 7 block. Turn go back to the Uzuri player and just pitched yellow Bloodrot Codex and going for the one damage. Yeah, it went through. Oh, and now we see the contract for 4, and non-attack actions are defending for 1 less, so it will be harder to cover, but still two cards should do the trick. Plus we have a full armor on. Okay, we see the Brother in Arms. Question is, will he pay up? Not, he did not. So we banish card from the top, we see Chill. Chill banished, still contract is not resolved, so no silver for Uzuri player. Not a good day for Uzuri. Again we see big attack for 7 going to her face. No time to stabilize for the poor assassin from the pits. Like there's Grzegorz probably thinking how many cards he needs to put for the defense and what can he do with the rest of his hand. I see 1 Codex of Bloodrot in his hand, and yeah, okay, we see block for 7. Oh, okay, no, that was some card had 2 not 3 defense, so 1 damage went through, and we see the big contract banishing blue cards from Uzuri, but it will probably be covered by a defense from Islander side. The only positive from just 1 attack from Grzegorz is that Frostbites will not hurt him that much, because he's not planning for doing the second action. So yeah, he's saying, give me that Frostbite. It's doing nothing, I'm just playing the 1 card and trying to fatigue you, but it's hard to fatigue player when your life total is going down and down. Again we see Ice Vein to the face for 5 fused. he used Oasis to cover whole Ice Vein plus of course one AB and go one up. Now we see the weapon fired go 2 down, so in total just 1 damage put in the face. Still Grzegorz have 3 cards, 2 cards in hand and need to figure it out how to use them, trying to take the resource from the tunic, giving priority back to his opponent, checking if there will be any frostbites. No frostbites, so just going with the contract. Not sure which one is it, but if it was paid 1 then it's for 5 damage, and probably just banishing something from the top and trying to get some money to rebuy his armor. And leaving with 1 card in hand, probably some attack reaction. That's the possibility, like buffing that attack for free will keep. Yep, that was the attack reaction. So we have buffs and trying to minimize that gap in life totals. So you don't want to have a lot less life than Islander. Like, if you have the same life of Islander, that's like bad enough. If you're going to below her, then you have serious problems. Okay, we see the defense reaction covering 4 damage, and it hits. Okay, cut the chase, resolve. Uzuri was able to look at the top of the opponent deck and decided if want to stay at the top or to banish it. Okay, banished E-Strike, very good card. No more 0 for 7 from Islander side, and you got that precious silver, first silver on the board. We need 2 of them to buy back our armor at the beginning of the round, of the turn. But Islander is taking no prisoners. Again, red Ice Vein fused. All Ice Vein was fused this game, I'm pretty sure. So, and I don't see Oasis this time in the Uzuri hand, so probably that will went through and will force the discard. So 2 AB was paid, 3 damage went through. We need to discard or buy. Once again, Grzegorz decided to discard and use that last leftover resource to put it in Arcane Bear, and again Command and Conquer pitched for later turns, but later turns to come you need to be alive, and it's not looking good. Okay, so Uzuri just classic Arsenal pass, preparing for the next turns. I see the Oasis in the hand, I'm pretty sure. Yep, that is Oasis, so he will be able to go 1 up and cover some nasty arcane attack from Islander side. Just depends what she will play. If it will be arcane, if it will be just Coron. Okay. Polar Blast in the opponent turn, in the Islander turn, it's not something we'll see very often. He asked opponent if he wants to pay 1 to not give Dominate. But I'm sure Grzegorz said no. Sure, give me the Dominate. So Łukasz went with the weapon of his, just 2 arcane because that's his turn, so no buff attack. Grzegorz again took everything to the face. 16 to 9, that life total is is going low, low and low. 9 is you're in the range of the big boot's turn. Łukasz just needs some red attack in hand and maybe some blue in arsenal. Okay, and we see 7 dominant, that's wounding bull, I'm pretty sure. No buffing of attack because Islander is higher in life, but dominate, so 4 damage will probably go through, or Grzegorz can use that Oasis that we saw before. So just 1 to the block and 1 for the Oasis, but you need to pay for Oasis. And that will leave you with no cards in hand. Oh no, okay, sorry, you have still 1. He will go up to 10 and cover that bull entirely. So probably that's why he chose to not pay for the dominant. He knew he will be able to cover even big attack, if it is what Łukasz have store for him. And I don't know, without the arsenal, if I'm not mistaken, that's okay. Another without arsenal is not so scary. So we have one turn of briefing room for Uzuri, but only 2 cards, 1 in arsenal, 1 in hand. If he will just go with the dagger, then that whole advantage he created will be for nothing. Okay, but now we see that there was in fact the card in the arsenal. It was just put lower and the camera didn't catch it, so that whole discussion about advantage that Uzuri created is for nothing. And Uzuri decided to just pass to non-action on her turn. That's probably saying she had red in hand and was not able even to put the dagger in the work. Okay, we have chill on Islander's side with 2 counters, because probably now is something being fused. Okay, pitch remembrance. Okay, Uzuri started with the attack from the arsenal. I think that it is shakedown, so going for the 6, but we need some attack reaction to give it on-hit effect. Yeah, and we saw the correction of the dice on chill. It is in fact 3 counters, so there was no mistake there. Yeah. And we see cover up everything, and just arsenal pass. E-strike with the buff power for 7 from Islander, plus that 1 card in the arsenal. I think Grzegorz cannot allow himself to take everything to the face. Yeah, and he's putting 2 cards in block. Will leak 1 damage to 9 in hopes that he will be able to do something in his turn. Okay, we see the heart in the opponent hands, and it's also E-strike from the Grzegorz side. I would assume it's going for the 7 also, to not allow opponent to give to have value from the frostbites. So if you have only 1 attack action, then frostbites are meh for you, unless there is a frost hex, of course, on the board, because then every frostbite is one arcane damage that's going to your face later. Okay, putting Arctic Shock at 4 block. So 4 damage shots went through. Yeah, we see the life total lowered 12 to 9. So okay, so life total gap is not as huge as it was a few turns ago. But okay, we see the heart pitched, fused ice vein. It's okay. I assume that blue token means it's blue. Oh yeah, it was blue. So now we have chill to resolve. We need to discard our pay. Oh, I see. Grzegorz discarded a card already because we see the Harl in a graveyard. So no more hearts, unless it's not red. But I would assume they're all reds. Now we have damage on the stack. Also need to think how to cover that. There will be no more actions this turn, but we see that one card in hand and one that is not known from Uzuri. And he know one damage will went through, so he will be able he will be forced to discard or maybe finally pay again. But I see the pattern that Grzegorz is discarding, keeping the resource flow to pay for the winning moon that will surely go later to his face. Yep, and as I said, there is the stuff going for 2 arcane damage again. And I think Grzegorz opt to just to arcane barrier 1 and finally just pay with the 2 resource float. But now he needs to think about just raw damage that is going to his face. If he's opting to not discarding, he'll probably have some plan in his hand. He knows how to use his cards during his turn, but he just need to be alive. He need to not die to the boots of Islander, because if you go for 5 HP, then you're like pretty dead at that point. Okay, decided to just took 1 resource from the tunic to maximize that equipment. He knows he'll probably not be able to load it again, and just going for the 7 to the face, trying to put his opponent to 5 HP. But he 6 himself, so if we'll see a blue from Arsenal, yeah, we see Emeritus, so 4 arcane damage plus 1 floating. Okay, we see 2 saved, so he will go to 4, and we see the moon. So yeah, 1 to 2, we see boots, and yeah, that's probably game over. Players shake their hands, and Islander won round 3. Oh, now I see we were in the wrong round. Round 3. Right now I will try to take Islander for the quick interview. We'll do some more pick one, pack one, maybe even with Islander if she will be willing to that. And later we'll have some quick break when player will be drafting their decks. We'll cover the pod 1, of course, and we'll check the games there. Okay, so going for the player, and see you soon. Okay, so we are back with our guest.
Hello.
Oh, congratulations for your win.
Thank
2-1 right now, correct?
Yeah, I'm 2-1 at the moment. Lost first round to Bravo, then proceeded to win 2 games against Katsu and Uzuri now.
Okay, we see very brutal match right now.
Yeah, as we've been talking with my opponent, this is a really terrible matchup for Uzuri because how the game lines up, it's everything he wants to do to me, like it's the opposite of what I want him to be doing. So this just lines up perfectly for Icelander. This is very hard matchup for Uzuri.
We saw you put the 2 legs for the block and then third one was banished. Are you not using that card in this matchup or
Which card is it?
the leg that is taxing the opponent?
Yeah, I've put it on under. I had to block with it. There was some reason for that that I wanted to block. Like I think it was too late in the game, and I was already at such an advantage that I felt like I didn't need it.
Okay,
really.
you don't need to slow down the opponent because
it's
you asked me the question and he needs
at one point of the game I looked at live total, it was something like 29-16, and I thought I just made a mistake somewhere, and it should be 19-16. It was like 13 life difference is huge. So yeah, I just felt like I didn't need it. That particular game, it was too late in the game already to slow him down, and I was doing a good job of harassing him and taking card out of his hand.
Yeah, that's very unusual to see Islanders so high in HP compared to.
Yeah. I told you I was surprised. I thought at the moment that I just did a node bad or something like that. It was a mistake, but yeah, it wasn't. It's just so rough for Uzuri. Like, I suppose this is the matchup that Uzuri doesn't want to face.
Yeah. Grzegorz told me before, give me anything but just not Islander. I don't want to fight Islander on the stream, but it's not me who chooses.
Yeah, the great gem roulette.
Yeah, but there's a lot of Lexis today. Are you not afraid playing Lexi versus Islander?
Oh, sure I am, but I just have to dodge them. That's
Okay.
that's the plan. That's the plan.
Okay.
Dodge them. They have to be either on my left or on my right when I'm sitting at the table.
Okay, so you don't have like silver bullet in your deck that will kill Lexi and you will.
No, I don't think card like that exists really. Like
Warmonger, maybe someone will say.
Yeah, well, with the way how Lexi
Adapted with
Lexi adapted with including trench and just playing around it, playing less non-attack actions in general to not get punished too much. I think it's not that good of a card against Lexi, but I think you still have to have it in your deck in case somebody doesn't bring trench. In case like that, there are some cases where you can just use that card efficiently, but